Pat Robertson, who seems to be an expert on demonic possession, on what types of prayer work, on which wars the country should go into because God tells him, which candidates should be elected because God tells him. He's really an expert on so many different things. He now is commenting about diets and nutrition. He was asked about low-carb diets. And again, it's so hard to believe that anybody is seriously asking Pat Robertson for advice about something as specific as a diet, but apparently that is the case. And this is what Pat Robertson had to say.
When your body burns this stuff with no carbohydrates, what happens is you build up the clinkers, and you get swollen joints, you get gout, you get all kinds of problems where you ache like crazy. Now, I know everybody, I mean, they thought Atkins was wonderful, and they've got all these scientific tests. But that's the truth of it. If you don't have some carbs in there, the carbs are the fire that burn everything completely.
But it sounds like that's what they've discovered, is that there are carbs that are good carbs that you add to it.
Not really. They're not adding anything. I mean, this thing is almost totally fat and protein, and you can eat cheese and you can eat a lot of bacon and so forth. But sooner or later, it violates the principles that God set down.
He's right, Lewis. Don't you remember that reading from church, the one from the Book of Vegetations, verse 4, lines 12 and 13? Thou shalt not have a low-carb diet, as complex sugars and processed foods are the fire that burns to create life in you from the Lord above. It's not the most popular Christian text, but it is a Christian text, isn't it?
David, I think we should investigate whether or not Pat Robertson has investments or ties to any pasta or bread company.
Right, yeah. Hey, you know what? Imagine if it turned out Pat Robertson was a big shareholder in the anti-gay Barilla pasta brand, and now we're seeing the connection. He's now pushing carbs to try to counteract the Barilla boycotts. We need to investigate.
It would not surprise me in the least. We need to get some people on that right now.
Hey, you know what? I'm starting to think Paula Deen may actually be the messenger of God, because this actually sounds like something Paula Deen would preach about.
Probably. I don't think we'll ever hear her preach about anything again, though.
Not that I'm an advocate of the Atkins diet, by the way. I want to make clear, I support a well-balanced diet made up of quality and non-processed foods. I am not one of these no-carb people, and I'm not one of these all-carb people. I just call it like I see it, Lewis, and it seems that this is outside of Pat Robertson's area of expertise.
I have to agree. I do not think this is something he should be commenting on at all. Then again, I could say that about most of what he comments on.
All right, let's take a break. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. Coming up next, we will interview Judah Fried, and then your voicemails and many, many more things to talk about today. Glad you're with us.